Hey, what's up gamers, and well, I'm here to do a quick review on a game collection of some of the classic games, 3D style, and one of the most beloved Nintendo franchises, and that is Super Mario All-Stars 3D on the Nintendo Switch. Obviously, as you know, a lot of Mario re-release games are coming out recently this year to commemorate the 35th anniversary of the Italian plumber in all his glory. Yep, it all started on the NES, and even to today, can't get away from him this year in commemoration of him. I mean, you got this collection, you got Super Mario All-Stars from Super Nintendo on the Super Nintendo library on the Nintendo Switch, Super Mario 3D World being re-released next February, and even Super Mario Bros. 35. Do a review on that next time, obviously, when I get the chance. But yeah, Mario's everywhere right now. There's no getting away from him, and with this one, that's for damn sure. So, how does this collection hold up, may you ask? It holds up pretty damn good, I must say. It includes obviously 3 of the classic 3D Mario games: Super Mario 64 from the N64, Super Mario Sunshine from the Nintendo GameCube, and Super Mario Galaxy from the Nintendo Wii, which I already did a review on it more than 10 years ago and already acclaimed it as a great Mario game and of course a Wii gem. So I ain't got much to say about that game, just check out my review on that one. And yeah, this collection will definitely leave you speechless for any Mario fans that have played or even haven't played the classic 3D Mario games dating back to the N64, because some of you of this generation may not have grown up as far back as when that console came out. And yeah, I could safely say there are some flaws with this collection, the first one being with Mario 64. It's a great game, don't get me wrong, but it was one of the earlier 3D Mario games, so I think I can cut it the benefit of the doubt. I mean, back then, it was amazing. I mean, the camera, the way Mario and all the controls worked, it was great. And it was nothing like you've ever seen back in the day when it first released, as I just said. But looking at it now, yeah, it definitely has not aged as well, and that's exactly how they ported it to this collection. So that's one of the flaws in this. I really wish they went for more of the Nintendo DS style graphics, which I actually have to confess I played this version of Mario 64 game a lot more than the N64 counterpart. I know this one is flawed too, with its controls being a little too loose, but I critically acclaimed it for having more characters, and let's face it, the graphics just look better. I kind of wished it went for more of this style of graphics, which, yeah, I think we can all agree aged a lot better than this. Other than that, it plays the same. So, like it or not, it may not have aged as well, but as I said, it was exactly the way it was on N64. Polygonish looking, but come on, cut it some slack. 3D wasn't exactly perfected yet at that point. It wants to throw a little nostalgic touch in there, so take it for what it is. It still plays great and it still sounds great. Mario Sunshine, ain't got no complaints with this one. Plays just as great as ever. Going around the island, cleaning up graffiti. Seemed like a gimmicky concept, which I know most people have had a love-hate relationship with this game. Because, yeah, for one thing, it is incredibly hard, especially these freaking secret stages, where the Shadow Mario takes away your water jetpack. Come on, seriously? Just wanted to punch that freaking Shadow Mario. You all know the plot and everything of this game. Doesn't seem like the most well put together one, and I think you already know who the Shadow Mario is. It's pretty obvious. But it plays great, just as you remember, but man, it is a hard son of a bitch. Let me tell you. Don't let the title Sunshine fool you. This one will really challenge and occasionally frustrate you. And now Mario Galaxy. This is where it gets a little interesting, and I have to complain a little bit. When playing it at home, I have no problem with it. Granted, it still requires pointing the Joy-Cons or any of the controllers that you're using in a certain direction to collect the star bits, which, I'm not gonna lie, is still a little awkward, but this is a Nintendo Wii game originally, and you're used to the Nintendo Wii and grown accustomed to it like I have. You're used to pointing the Wii remote at the TV, of course with the nunchuck attached, which is required, and you're used to collecting the star bits. But when playing this game on the go, with the Joy-Cons attached to the console itself, this is where things can get a little bit tricky. Because to use the pointer, you can't just simply move the analog sticks, no. You can use the touchscreen as an option, but sometimes when the point cursor disappears, not only when you're collecting star bits, but also when you have to shoot star bits, or feed these hungry Lumas, or even get a set of options that you have to choose between. Again, you can't use the analog sticks to choose. No, you have to have the point cursor on the screen and use it to do these things. And if it's not on screen, you press the top R button to make it appear. But if you press the one behind it, the RZ button to be exact, that's the direction to shoot the star bits depending on where your point cursor is. So yeah, trying to play this on the go with the Joy-Cons attached using the touchscreen, I don't think is going to work too well when trying to do all these things. So yeah, if I'm playing it portably on the go, well, I recommend, which is what I did, buying one of these stand things, which you can put the console on there, and of course you can plug the thing in without having to put it on the stand that's built into the Nintendo Switch console, because if you're plugging it in and you want to worry about the battery going dead, well, it's not going to work without one of these. There's several other ones made by third-party companies, but that's the way to do it. The only thing you have to worry about then is the Joy-Cons themselves losing battery life, but it makes it much easier with collecting star bits, as well as shooting the star bits. Anything to have to do with the point cursor, playing it like this just makes it a hell of a lot easier. Now you do also have the motion control, you know, the spinning move that Mario does to flick at enemies, or to go through the sling star that shoots you across, or even to throw things that you picked up, or even to throw fireballs, yeah, you know, with a temporary power-up. You have the option to flick the Joy-Cons with a motion gesture, whether or not you're playing it at home or on the go, and whether or not you're playing it with the Joy-Cons attached to the console or not, as well as the wireless controller thing that you slide the Joy-Cons in, you know, the one that was included with the console. Either way, you can use the motion control, but it's just an option because, let's be honest here, using it while they're attached to the console on the go, especially with people around, it would look pretty ridiculous. So thankfully, if you don't like the motion control, the simple alternative, press the Y button. It's that easy. But otherwise, ain't got no complaints with that game. Plays exactly as great as I remember it, and it reminds me just how out of this world this game was, and how great the graphics were, and most importantly, how terrific the soundtrack was. Yes, the game was easy, the boss fights were easy, but hey, this was Mario Galaxy as I remember it, and I still love it to this day. Playing it at home and on the go is just like an extra icing on the cake right there. And an extra icing on the cake you get with this collection also, you get the soundtracks for all three games that are included with this collection. Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and even Super Mario Galaxy. I mean, this just blew me away because especially with Mario Galaxy soundtrack, it was one of the best in any Mario game in the collection. I mean, wow. You can play it at the main menu. You can't get any better than that. I wish they sold these on CD. Oh wait, they did for an insane price, but here. You buy this collection, it's all included right there and you can play it. Well, not during the gameplay, but at the main menu, anytime you want. So, that should be plenty enough to please fans of the Mario franchise. Yes, it would have been nice to include Mario Galaxy 2, which, I agree, was much harder than the first one, much more challenging. So, maybe as future DLC, maybe not, who knows. All I know is, I think this is a really good collection. For $60 it may seem like a little much, and yes, I know it's for a limited time. I'm not sure exactly when Nintendo's planning on cutting off the shipments, and of course, even with the digital download version, it's going to be cut off at some point, which I really don't understand. I mean, come on. Seriously, Nintendo? This is the biggest way to make the most amount of money. I mean, it's become the biggest seller this year, especially during a pandemic when most people are most likely stuck at home playing video games, and come on. This got us through this whole thing. At least it helped. So, overall, I could say, with a few flaws, I think it's a very worthy collection to buy. Hoping to see maybe more out of these in the future from Nintendo. Metroid Prime Trilogy, I mean, you got Metroid Prime 4 coming out, or even Zelda 3D collection. You know, with Wind Waker, Skyward Sword, Twilight Princess, or even Ocarina of Time. Well, maybe not, because you already got it on 3DS as well as Majora's Mask, but I'd say overall, don't disappoint me, Nintendo. You've already impressed me and most of us with this game, even though it's not grade A perfect, but I think it's still worth it. So, rocking Wii Remote Wii Motion Plus up and the playing Wii Remote up. Trust me, it's good, but could have been better. So, till next time, happy gaming.